Army confirms that one officer has been killed. A casualty reported in the ongoing encounter between terrorists and security forces in Doda district. The captain of the Indian Army from the 48 Rashtriya Rifles was killed in action during the ongoing operations. As we know, this incident has happened in Doda district, Operation Assar. As it's still underway, defense officials confirm that one army officer has died. News coming in, the encounter broke out in a defense forested area during a cordon and search operation that was launched by a joint team to track down a group of foreign terrorists hiding in that belt, the Shivgarh-Assar belt. Let me quickly cut across to Ashraf Vani, joining us live for more on that. Ashraf, sad news coming in of an Indian Army officer who's been killed. Do take us through the operation that's currently underway. How unsafe is it for our personnel, and have they managed to crack down on any terrorists hiding in that zone?
Nabila, another unfortunate news coming up from Doda, basically after the 2 days when two brave para-commandos were killed in action by the terrorists in Shivgarh-Assar area. Now today we are getting reports from the Assar, which is in the Doda district near Patnitop, where an operation was launched yesterday on a specific input by the joint team of Army and the Special Operation Group of Jammu and Kashmir Police. There was heavy exchange of fire in which one Army captain from 48 Rashtriya Rifles got injured, and later he succumbed to the injuries. One civilian is also injured in this encounter, who is being treated in the Udhampur hospital. But so far, achievement also for the security forces that they have managed to injure terrorist, Pakistani highly trained terrorist in this ongoing encounter. There are blood stains in the area from where these terrorists were roaming in the high altitude areas of Pir Panjal, and the army has recovered one M4 American made rifle from the hideout. Some belongings of these terrorists who are roaming in the area for last 2 months now and have carried many terror attacks on the security forces in last 2 months. The security forces want to ensure that these 4 terrorists cannot find any kind of escape route in the dense forests in the Doda district, where they are currently surrounded by the security forces, particularly by the para-commandos, and either they could be neutralized or arrested. The operation is still going on in the area.
You know, from what we hear, Ashraf, that there could be still some terrorists who are currently hauled up in the riverine area near Assar. Do we know the number who are still lurking around there, and who are these terrorists?
Nabila, actually, we have seen the spike during last 2.5 months in different areas of the Jammu and Kashmir, particularly in the Jammu region, in the terror-related incidents. And the security agencies believe that these are the many groups of terrorists who managed infiltration in the month of May, June, and then spread in different parts of the Jammu and Kashmir, particularly in the Pir Panjal range, which is the high altitude range with covered with the dense forests. There are some natural caves and mountain sites where these terrorists are establishing the hideouts and then taking the recce of the area, keeping vigil on the movement of the security convoys, and when they get the chance and they try to attack and carry out the terror attacks against the security forces. The security forces are chalking out or the planning how these groups could be neutralized, and today when we are speaking, there is a high-level meeting going on in the Ministry of Defense, headed by the Rajnath Singh Defense Minister himself. It is being attended by the National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, where these plans will be chalked out, what kind of extra measures security agencies need to curb and tackle with these terror groups. It is believed that these terrorists are highly trained by the Pakistani army. They are from the Jaish-e-Mohammed because they have claimed most of the terror attacks recently carried out by them in different parts of the Jammu and Kashmir, including one in the Kashmir, Shivgarh-Assar area 2 days back. So They are using different strategies to shield themselves, to avoid themselves, and also one of the important points what our viewers as well as the people would like to understand that this is the season, it is the summer season in the Kashmir Valley. These mountain peaks, which mostly remain isolated, there is not any kind of habitat. But during these summer months of uh, May, June, July, and till end of the August and even till September, some of the nomads, shepherds from different parts of the Jammu and Kashmir, go with their sheep and goats to graze in these high altitude areas. And it has been found by the security agencies that these terrorists are taking food from these nomads, going to any of the site where nomads are pitching the tents. They went there, they took food, and then leave that place. The security forces are trying to establish
Right.
those kind of links also so that they could track these terror groups, particularly this group about which we are talking now.
Thank you very much, Ashrafani, for joining us on that. But what we see, tragic news coming in from Jammu and Kashmir's Doda district, where we hear the captain from the 48 Rashtriya Rifles has been killed in fierce encounter with terrorists in that zone. Search operations still continue as we hear a bunch of terrorists who are still hiding along the Assur riverine area.